Hi, welcome to Eat Now, Die Later. I'm Desiree.
And I'm Emily. We are on a journey to making some changes to the way that we eat.
Buying less processed foods, less from the store, and just making it at home.
Today we are going to be making something that I had at a restaurant called the Potato Place, and I don't think it's around anymore. It is a baked potato, and in it, it's basically like pot pie filling.
Chicken pot pie.
Yeah, it's going to be delicious. In my head.
Ultimate comfort foods.
In my head, it's going to be really good. But I've never made it before. I've made chicken pot pie, and obviously I've made baked potatoes, because how do you live without it?
So we're just mixing that together and see what kind of delicious food we can come up with.
Yeah.
So we are going to start with washing our potatoes, and then we are going to stab them, because you have to do that, or there's a chance they could explode. Because the water underneath the skin turns into steam, and if there's nowhere for it to go, it ruins the potato. Turn your oven on to 400. You can also use the air fryer. That's also a good option if you want your potatoes crispy and you don't want to heat up your whole house from the oven.
Yeah.
We're just going to line our baking pan with some parchment paper and put your potatoes in there. Just spread them out well enough. And then we are going to put oil on them. You can use olive oil. We're using avocado oil today. Just drizzle it over the potatoes. And then if your hands are washed, you can just rub it around each potato. Once we're done covering in oil so that the skins get nice and crispy, we're gonna put some salt on all sides of the potato. Now that my hands are covered in oil, I'm just gonna rinse them off because ew. We're going to put them in the oven, again at 400 degrees for about 45 minutes to an hour, just depending on how big your potatoes are.
So we're just gonna wash the chicken. I'm gonna pull some of these really fatty pieces off, because I do not like biting into chunks of fat when I eat chicken, or any meat really. Turn our stove on to medium high. We are going to season our chicken for the chicken pot pie portion of these potatoes. And we have some Kinder's buttery poultry blend. This already has salt in it, so I'm not gonna add any extra salt, but I am going to add some black pepper, because I want the chicken to be very flavorful. And we're gonna flip the chicken and season both sides. So one of our other favorite things besides cooking that we have in common is true crime and
Cold cases,
yeah,
murder documentaries.
we're always talking
all the
about
things.
the latest.
We're talking about the most native.
We do share a lot, like, oh, we just watched this documentary, or you should check this one out on Netflix or Hulu or whatever. But the newest, I mean, it's not like super new.
Yeah.
Documentary that came out about John Benet Ramsey.
I have not watched that one yet, but there's so many conspiracies around that whole case.
There are so many, but what's weird, and I didn't realize it until I was watching it and watching so many of like the behind the scenes things, is, which I understand I'm older than you, but I remember so much of it. Like walking into the grocery store and seeing her face everywhere while they were still looking for her, and then while they were looking for like her murderer and who did it. And it's weird that like I wouldn't have remembered that, but seeing the documentary kind of brought it back up of like hearing adults talk about their theories about it. And I don't know, I think I'm the same age as John Benet Ramsey. Okay. I might be a year older than her. So kind of like growing up in that time and seeing that was so weird. But her dad definitely did it.
Is that what the documentary pointed towards?
I don't think the documentary...
Or were they just kind of giving, like, information on it?
I do kind of feel like the documentary left it very open-ended, but...
Well, yeah,
at
they
least
can't
that
speculate too much.
But there were some really interesting, like, interviews with some of the detectives that were on there. Like, working the case and how the police department just wanted to have it solved, so they kind of pushed through and ignored certain evidence that would lead to someone outside of the home doing it.
Okay.
So...
yeah, that's interesting.
I think it's a crime that we'll never really know what happened, but...
yeah. Then there's just all those people out there that speculate.
Right.
Or, like, people have said, like, Katy Perry, it's her, and, like, she's not really dead.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, like all those crazy conspiracy theorists out there.
Right.
But, I mean, you never know, I guess.
Yeah, I don't feel like she's maybe Katy Perry.
No. I just mean, like, anything else.
Yeah,
being,
but there are
like, the
so
conclusion
many.
To it.
Right. I know, it's interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, definitely check it out. I was going to start another one yesterday. Oh,
also, if you guys have any other speculations on that or your thoughts on that case.
Yeah, or what was your favorite, like,
cold case
new thing that you found out from a documentary?
Yeah.
About it. Interesting. This chicken smells so good right now. After all the gagging, I think we're done gagging for the time being. Till the next one goes in the pan. I really hate raw chicken. So here's a true story. While I was in culinary school, we had a class on like animal butchering. And our teacher brought in live pheasants. And for extra credit, you could, I don't even know if it was actually extra credit, you could not only watch, but kill the pheasant yourself.
And then pluck the feathers out.
And then you had to pluck the feathers out. And
that would do it for me.
Obviously did not kill a pheasant, but I did have to pluck feathers out. And there's like this orange goo that comes out with it.
Maybe we should put like a warning in there.
Yeah, disclaimer. It was gross.
Before she says that.
Yeah.
Maybe don't listen if you don't like things that are gory and gross. Right before you eat some chicken.
Yeah. So that was really disgusting. And then there was a time that we had to watch a video on like a turkey farm of how they process turkeys. And it was so gross to me that I got excused from the class.
Oh my gosh.
And I went out in the hallway and was sick for several hours. And the teacher had a lot of mercy and didn't grade me on the fact that I didn't complete that video.
That reminds me of in Yes Man when he's like in that factory. Isn't that Yes Man? And he just like passes out.
Yeah, it was.
Do you know? Is that Yes Man?
Jim Carrey?
Yeah. I think it's Yes Man. Yeah. And he's like just watching the birds being processed and he's just like, ugh.
It is
like he falls on the floor.
It's such a gross thing to watch, and like obviously we eat meat. I didn't eat meat for probably 10 years after that experience in culinary school. But here we are. And I understand that it's necessary, but I don't ever want to watch it.
I mean, I understand that because, like, my husband, Dan, hunts, and when he, like, brings home the deer, because he processes it himself, I had to help him do the hamburger last year. And so I can totally, like, once you smell it and then you try to eat it like, it's, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if I could ever actually cut it open and
Like either buy it from a farm that already has it done or at the grocery store. I don't want to know that it had a face. I don't know. It's gross
I
to me.
couldn't eat crab legs and like lobster tails for the longest time because of that too.
Yeah, like I shouldn't know.
Like let me just crack its skin open.
I think these are pretty much done.
It looks like our chicken thighs are done. Once they are cooked internally to about 165, they are ready to take out of the pan.
All right, next we're gonna chop our onion. I actually don't want it to be in big pieces because I really want it to kind of melt into the sauce. So I'm going to use the microplaner. Or if you have like a box grater, you could use one of those. Or if you really want, you could just have it in smaller pieces. I just don't want that for the sauce. Okay, I really hated doing that. I did so much effort for very little reward. So I'm gonna use this. It's a little bit bigger grater, but we're gonna see if that works. Don't need a lot for the base of the sauce, so this will be enough. We only need a couple ounces. And this will just really help the sauce have a good consistency without having big chunks of onion, but still have a good flavor in the base.
We're just gonna make a little roux, so we're gonna turn our stovetop on to a low heat because we do not want the butter to burn. So we're gonna put a whole stick of butter or a half a cup. You need a measurement. Put that right in the pan and let it melt.
We want our roux and our sauteed onions to be separate at first. This is just some avocado oil. So we're gonna put that on the heat. Here we go. There's a huge craze of like one pot meals, and this is apparently the opposite of that. This is a billion pot meal, is what I'm making right now. Okay, we're gonna add in our onion juice and our like very small onions. Again, because we're making a white sauce, I don't want a lot of color to these, but I do want them to be translucent and sauteed, but not caramelized. So this is gonna take probably 5-ish minutes.
Okay, now that the butter is melted and we have it on a low heat, we are going to add about 3/4 cup of flour, and we're just going to slowly mix it in. And we do not want to burn it and have it change color, so we're just going to do it until it's just incorporated, and then we are going to remove it from the heat.
These are good. They're starting to get a little bit caramelized, and I don't want them to get any darker. So we're going to go ahead and dump these right into our roux. You can make roux ahead of time and just have it, but since we didn't do that, we just want to turn the heat back on and make sure that this is all very hot before we start adding in the rest of our ingredients. So I'm going to go back to whisking it. We're going to cook this on probably like medium-high again. Again, we don't want to cook our roux to make it any darker. We just want to heat it up, and then we're going to start adding in some more liquid. Now that our roux and our onions are up to the same temperature and nice and warm, but you can see the color has not changed, we're going to start adding in our milk. For the amount that we're making today, because we love potatoes, and I'm hoping that this is going to be good, I'm going to use about 1 quart of milk. And I'm going to slowly add it in because I don't want to scorch it, but I also don't want any lumps, so I'm going to continuously whisk the whole time. So we wanted this to come to a full rolling boil, which you can see it is now. We want to make sure that all of that flour is fully cooked. So now that it's up, ooh, it's getting so thick. Yummy. We're going to turn it down to more of a simmer and stir it. There's no lumps in it, which is really important. That's to help make sure that all that flour is cooked. You don't want big chunks of raw flour. That would be disgusting.
While Emily's working on the base, I'm just going to cut up about 3 stalks of celery and the rest of the onion that she used. I have already washed and cut off all the ends on the celery as well. We're just going to cut these up pretty small, just chop them so that we don't have any large pieces. And then we're going to cut up the onion. And as far as size goes, we're just cutting these up pretty small because we're using frozen peas and carrots, so you don't want them to be too much bigger than that. And we're just going to cut along some of these lines here, down the onion, still attached to the root. And then turn it on its side and slice down.
This is just a basic like bechamel sauce. This would be the same kind of base that you do any like cheese sauce. So if you wanted to top your baked potatoes with like a cheesy broccoli, you could just add some cheddar cheese to this. That would be delicious, or whatever cheese that you like. We're gonna add a little bit of heavy cream to it and make our pot pie filling. There are easier ways to make pot pie filling, but this is just such a delicious sauce. And this is kind of a labor of love today, but it's going to be so good and I'm so excited to eat it. You could also convert this to like an Alfredo sauce. However, this is just a really basic white sauce and it's got a really good depth of flavor.
We're just going to see if the potatoes are done. Oh. Okay. They feel like they are good, so I'm going to go ahead and pull them out. Okay, now we're just going to stab our potatoes and make sure that they are fork tender and that the skin is a little bit crispy and that they are soft enough to stab through.
All right, so now that our sauce is done, we are going to add in some seasonings. We're going to do some nutmeg. Like that much. I don't know. That was maybe like a 1/4 teaspoon if you really need a measurement. White pepper is the best option because then you don't get the peppery flakes, but I don't have that, so we're using black pepper. Probably again like a teaspoon. You can always add more. And then we're gonna add in some salt. That is just to taste. It'll be more or less depending on your butter and all of that and your preferences. So now we can turn the heat off on this.
All right, now we are just going to put our chicken thighs in the KitchenAid and see if we can get it to shred it. We'll just try a little bit at a time. And we're just gonna use the paddle here, close it, lock it. Now that it's all shredded, we're gonna go ahead and take it out of the bowl and set it to the side before we put it in with the rest of the ingredients.
Our sauce is seasoned. This is kind of the consistency that we have. but I am going to thin it out. So I'm using some heavy whipping cream, and I'm just going to slowly incorporate it just like I did before with the regular milk. This sauce is going to be very rich, which is going to make these potatoes so delicious. I hope, because I've never made it. In my head, it makes it really delicious. But now that we have it thinned out a little bit, you can see it's more saucy gravy type consistency. We're going to add in our veggies for the pot pie portion of this.
We just bought some frozen peas and carrots, and we're just going to go ahead and add those in now.
Pour that.
And that is 12 ounces.
This sauce is definitely thicker than I want it to be. So we can use some more cream to thin it out. If you want, you can use like chicken stock, and that would add some more flavor to it as well. But I have cream right here, so that's what I'm using. At this point, because everything is cooked, you're really just thinning it to whatever consistency you want for your topping. Obviously, if you were putting this in like a pie for a chicken pot pie, you do want it a little bit thicker. But I want it more gravy type consistency. This has been simmering on a low heat for about, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, long enough to do the dishes. So we're gonna check and see if the veggies are tender yet. You can, if you want this process to be faster, just do all cooked veggies in there if you want to saute them ahead of time, but I had a lot of dishes, so it was okay. That tastes delicious. It is so creamy. It needs a little more seasoning, but I'm going to hold off because we seasoned our chicken so well. But we are going to add it in now. So once we add the chicken in, we're going to make sure that it's all fully incorporated, all back to the same temperature, and then we can serve. Finally.
Everything's mixed in, so we're gonna go ahead and taste test it. Cheers.
Cheers. That's so good.
Mm-hmm. It could probably use a little more something.
It probably needs more salt still.
Mm-hmm. But it's delicious.
I will say I did end up having to thin it out a little bit as it was cooking. And I just used probably like a cup of vegetable stock. Again, you just want it in a consistency that you would put on a baked potato.
You could maybe even add more of the Kinder salt or the Kinder seasoning too.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Add some more of that flavor.
Maybe a little more thyme. Did you add thyme?
I didn't add any thyme, but I had it all out because that's normal, like chicken pot pie flavors.
Yeah. Do we want to add a little bit of thyme?
Yeah, let's do it. I do feel like maybe a little bit more nutmeg too. There we go. Okay.
I can't wait to try it on the potatoes.
Oh, I know. I'm so excited. I love potato in every form. Literally all of them.
Especially any comfort food form, which is anything with potatoes, pretty much.
Everything with potatoes is comforting. Potatoes are also great because they really bulk up any meal.
Mm-hmm. They can add a lot of substance.
Yeah, they're very filling food, so...
And they're not super expensive.
Exactly. You can really stretch your dollar with a potato. And they're so delicious. Okay. I think we're ready to eat.
Awesome. Let's cut up our potatoes.
Awesome. Now that everything is done, we're gonna cut open our potatoes.
And we went ahead and chopped up some green onions as well for topping.
Cool. We'll get it a good smash here.
Make like a little bowl out of it.
Yeah. Maybe we can cut some of this to help.
And then we melted some butter as well, just to throw in there before we put the pot pie filling on.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I think every food vessel should be made out of a potato.
Every dish that you need to put anything in.
Bread bowl, move over.
Here, let's add some butter. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of salt on mine before I put the topping on. All right, now, again, our favorite part is the taste test. Cheers.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm. It's perfect.
It's everything that I wanted it to be. Oh my gosh, that's so good.
That is a perfect gloomy day comfort food meal.
Mm-hmm.
While still not being completely horrible for you.
Right? That is so good.
I don't think I would change anything. And you can add whatever toppings you want.
Mm-hmm.
You can add some cheese or some crunchy crumbles of some kind.
Right.
But I think it's perfect.
I think it's perfect. This is delicious. You should definitely try it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That is all for us today.
Yeah.
So just remember, keep your knife sharp and your hands clean.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Hi, welcome to Eat Now, Die Later. I'm Desiree.
And I'm Emily. We are on a journey to change some of the ways that we are eating. We're not going to eat through our mouths anymore. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, okay. Oh, hi.
Hello. Oh, you're here. Welcome. Are you ready yet? Okay.
You're starting.
Oh. Are you okay? You're supposed to be in front of me because you're taller.
I'm not taller.
Or you're shorter. So you can be tall. Hi, welcome to Eat Now, Die Later. I'm Desiree.
And I'm Emily. We are on a journey to making some changes to the way that we eat.
Buying less processed foods, less from the store, and just making it at home.
All right.
Come on.
Come along.
To make changes to the way we eat. Come along, mateys.
Ahoy! Potatoes!
All right. So okay. So we're gonna start with washing potatoes and stabbing before we put them in the oven.
This is really more of a two-person kind of job. So you want to make sure it's really clean.
Really get a good scrub it up. Really takes two people. Here, you scrub now.
Okay. Because if I bite into a piece of fat, I get really grossed out. Don't like it. Some of it kind of melts away when you're cooking it, but blech, it's gross. I am in the other room and I'm washing my hands with soap. Raw chicken. Smells like Cracker Barrel. And we're gonna flip the chicken. Season both sides. That was a gross noise. Okay, I really hated doing that. I did so much effort for very little reward. So I'm gonna use this. It's a little bit bigger grater, but we're gonna see if that works. Oh yeah, that's nice. There's a huge craze of like one pot meals, and this is apparently the opposite of that. This is a billion pot meal, is what I'm making right now. We're gonna add in our veggies for the pot pie portion of this. So we have our celery. This is also a two-person job. It really helps.
Because I don't want to make a bunch of noise while we're trying to.
Sure.
Just set it right
Sure, whatever.
there. Sure, fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
I'm over it. We're done.
I'm so hungry. Wow. Fun for you.
Emily has lots of accents today.
Apparently. Oh yeah. I think every food vessel should be made out of a potato.
Every dish that you need to put anything in.
Bread bowl, move over.